Hey guys, Sheila here from Media Vandals. Today we are going through how to create content super fast. If you can hear me, just put a Y in the chat box. Just put a Y in the chat box. I just need to make sure that I have the right microphone on. And I believe I do. Okay, hey everyone, Sheila here from Media Vandals. Thanks. Hey Brandon, how you doing? We are a website and marketing company based out of close to Toronto, Ontario, Canada. And today we're doing a little bit of live training about how I write blog posts super quick and super easy. So why do we want to write blog posts? Well, if you are a business and you are not creating content, stop it. Start creating content today, because content is the easiest way to get more people returning to your website continuously, and Google loves websites that create content. So by posting blog posts on a regular basis, Google sees that you are very active with your website, and it will help get you up the search rankings. Now, you can't just have a blog post about anything. It needs to be related to your business and the types of questions and content people are searching around your business. For example, as a website and marketing company, a lot of people are Google searching for how much does it cost for a website in 2021? Because I know that a lot of people are searching for how much does a website cost in 2021. I know that I should be creating content around that. So again, people are searching for specific things around your business, around your service, your product, your industry, and these are the things that you want to create blogs about. The more relevant and valuable your content, the more Google will rank you, the more customers will continually go to your website and read your blog. Now, what is marketing? Marketing is getting people to know you, to like you, and to trust you. And the quickest way to get people to know, like, and trust you is to create valuable content that gets them to know, like, and trust your business, because you become the authority on the subject. So there's a few ways to decide what you are going to create content around. So I am going to share my screen, and I will show you a few things, and then we will quickly jump into our framework. So we will share this YouTube page. And we're not going to write a blog on this world's most dangerous kitten. What we're going to do is look for phrases surrounding our industry. So let's say we're in plumbing. I'm going to start by typing how to, and then plumbing. And as I'm typing, because YouTube is essentially a giant search engine, it's going to start showing me all the phrases that people looking up some sort of plumbing type query is going to show up in this. So a lot of people are looking up how to plumb a toilet, how to plumb a bathroom, how to plumb a kitchen sink. And then it gets into how to plump your lips. How to plump your lips naturally. So if I'm a plumber, these first three are really interesting to me. That means a ton of people have been looking for how to plumb a toilet, how to plumb a bathroom, and how to plumb a kitchen sink. So I have an idea on here that people are searching for this on YouTube. So if I click how to plumb a toilet, I can now see that 2.6 million people have viewed a video on how to plumb a toilet from 2 years ago. 602,000 people have viewed how to install a toilet from 3 years ago. So if I'm looking through this, I can see that all of this content is really old. If I watch it and it's interesting, can I do something similar but make it better? I can see that all of these things are getting a lot of views, and the last one was made probably a year ago. So if I created something that said how to install a toilet in 2021, I could probably get that traffic. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Google, and I'm going to use that same technique, how to plumb, and we'll see what comes up. Now, again, because Google and YouTube are owned by the same company and they are essentially a giant search engine, they're taking all of the information that people are searching for, and they're giving you the most relative content and the most search content around that. So the second I start putting in how to plumb, it's going to show me a whole bunch of stuff around that. And it looks like in Google, how to plumb a double sink is the most searched topic. So now we know how to install a toilet is the most searched topic in YouTube, and how to plumb a double sink is the most searched topic in Google. So that gives me 2 ideas of content that I can start creating. And a third little hack is, as you come down, you'll see this people also ask. Now, this gives you all of the top things that people ask in Google around double sinks. So between looking on YouTube and looking on Google and scrolling down to this people also ask, this gives me ideas of what people are looking for. This gives me ideas of content I can create. So the next thing I'm going to do, and we are going to link to this down in the description, feel free to grab a copy and use it for yourself, is I'm going to come over to this framework. Now, this is the framework for creating a blog post. And this is why this training is how I write blog posts quickly and easily. So many business owners, the objection with writing blog posts is it takes a lot of work and I don't know what to write about. So in the beginning of this video, I gave you 2 ways to check for the types of questions your customers are asking about. Now that we have that, we're going to write a blog post. And the easiest and quickest way to write a blog post is to follow a specific framework. If you have a framework for writing anything, then the rest of it comes completely easy. Now, the first couple of times that you do this, it might take a little bit of work, but just like tying your shoes, the more you do it, the easier it gets. So what type of content should you be creating? Well, create content that answers the questions of your customers or website visitors. It can be surrounding your products, your services, your industry. You could do how-tos, you could do top 5s, you could do reviews on other businesses in your industry, and don't shy away from doing reviews on other businesses in your industry, because it makes you look more open to being honest with your customers. And if you are honest with your customers, again, they will get to know you, to like you, and to trust you. Why is content important? Again, you want to answer your customers' questions, because the more questions you answer, the more valuable your content, the more likely your audience is to return, and the better Google will find your business. Again, Google loves businesses that create content. They are essentially the #1 search engine, and it is because they post the most relevant and useful content for your customers. So how do we use this framework? Let's jump in. So this framework is essentially 5 things. And what you are going to do is you are going to just work on bullet points for each of these 5 things. And then once you have those bullet points, take it step by step. Just do a little bit of writing for each. If you have to go away and come back, do that. Now, when you are creating a blog, don't spend all of your time trying to make it perfect. Write a little bit for each section, go away from it, come back, take a look. Does it look good? Sure, if it doesn't, you can tweak it, but we're not going for perfection. We are going for honest, useful information that we can get online in front of people. If we spend all of our time trying to make the blog perfect, we will never get it out. And the idea is to create content regularly, consistently, and get it in front of people. Take a quick little drink here. So how do we use this framework? Well, there are 5 things that you need to have in a blog in order to speak to your audience. The first thing is the promise. What is this article going to be about? What sort of transformation are you going to provide to your customers by them reading this article? The introduction should be a promise that you intend to deliver. Why should somebody read this content? Why should somebody watch this video? Why should someone listen to your podcast? And here's a little trick. You only have to create the one piece of content, and then you can use it everywhere. So if you write this blog post, you can then use it as your video script. You can take pieces of it out and use it as social media posts that drive people back to your website. You can take the script from the video, pull the audio out, and make it into a podcast. So we're really only creating one piece of content, and then we are pushing it out across all of our networks. So as an example of the promise, in this video, I'm going to show you a simple framework for creating lots of content, many blog posts, super easy and super quick. Then we want to go on to the problem or to bust a myth. Now, the problem statement for what we're doing right now is a lot of business owners are not blogging because they think that it's going to be hard work and take a lot of time. And the reason why I'm going to call this the problem is because this is a myth. This is a myth. If you have a framework and you follow that framework and you use it consistently, it just like tying your shoes, it will get quick and easy, and you will be putting out content like crazy. So a few examples of problem statements is your website is too confusing. You're not providing the right information about your product or service. Your flowers won't grow if you leave them in the shade and never water them. That's a really bad problem statement because if you left them in the shade and never watered them, your flowers would probably die. So not the best analogy, but we're just going to go with it anyways because we're live here and I couldn't come up with anything better. So while we're doing these, just like you can see on my screen, we're just going to write little bullet points about what we want to talk about. So what do I want to promise in this video? I want to promise people I'm going to show them something easy to use. And I want to promise people that when they're using this, they're going to be able to create a ton of content. So I'm just going to put 2 little bullet points, and then I'll come back to it once I'm done filling out this framework. Same with the problem. What is the problem? The problem is that people think that blogging is hard. So I'm going to put a little bullet point that says people think that blogging is hard. Then I'm going to move on to the next step, and I'll come back later and fill that out. So once we get down to the process, we want to make 3 to 7 bullet points that are a teaching moment. So we've told people what the promise of the article is going to be or the video. We've told people what the problem is, and then we've busted why that's a myth. Now we want to give them the actual steps to do what they are doing. So in this video, the process is we're going to open up our framework and we're going to start writing down our bullet points. Once we have our bullet points for those 5 areas, then we're going to go back through them and we're going to take it one tiny step at a time. And we are going to create a little bit of content for each of those bullet points. Once that's done, we're going to leave our blog post for the night and we're going to come back in the morning with fresh eyes, read over it, and make any tweaks that are necessary. Once the tweaks are done, we're just going to send it. Just send it, just publish it. We're not going to look at it. We're just going to send it. Because if we spend all of our time reading it over and over, we're never going to get it out. And if you don't get it out, nobody will know you're there. So that is the process section. The do's and don'ts. This is where we're going to outline some rookie mistakes and give some tips to the more advanced readers. So a rookie mistake of blog posts is that you need to start at the very top and write your article all the way down. And people that write regularly, people that write books, people that just write in general, absolutely know this is not true. You can bounce around from chapter to chapter. You can bounce around from section to section and just choose one small part. And we're just going to take baby steps. We're going to take a small piece, a bullet point, a headline, and we're going to talk about that. We're going to type it out, get it done. Once that part's done, we're just going to choose another part. Your article does not need to be written from top to bottom. You could write from bottom to top. You could write from the middle up and the middle down. You can write one section at a time and then put it all together, read it through, make sure it makes sense, make any tweaks you need to, and then send it. So for the do's and don'ts, again, small bullet points of what you want to talk about to your viewer, and then just flesh out those bullet points. Then the final part of writing a blog post is the next steps, or the CTA. The CTA means call to action. So any content that you post for your business, you want to tell the reader what they should do next. There should always be a specific reason why you have posted that article. So in this article, this isn't an article, this is a video. In this video, when we are done with this framework, your next steps are to go down to the description and download this framework that I'm giving you. Once you have this framework downloaded, I want you to open up a Word document and I want you to start typing. Just type out some bullet points, see where it leads you, fill each little section out, and then post a comment in my video and let me know how you made out. So next steps could be something like book a consultation, download our free guide, subscribe to our YouTube channel. And if you're watching this on YouTube, hit the little bell and the notification button and subscribe to my channel. And that's it. We want to give the viewer or the reader a specific action to take after they have read your blog post, whether it's pick up the phone and call you, or fill out your contact form, download a free guide, subscribe to your channel, follow you on Facebook, give them something to do next. And that way you will continually show up in their feed and they will again start to know you, like you, and trust you, which is the whole purpose of marketing. So that is pretty much the framework for creating content. I hope you guys found this helpful. Again, I am going to leave in the comments below, I'm going to leave you a link so you can grab a copy of this framework. You don't need to enter your email. Just go to the link, hit file, make a copy, and just try it out. Let me know how you guys do. Leave me a comment and let me know how you do. If you want to share your work, I would love to see it. And that's it, guys. That is today's training on how I write blogs quickly and easily. I hope you guys found it useful. Like and follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. And I will see you guys back here next Thursday for training. Cheers.